You see, there's something specific that I need to point out. At this point in a human being life and seeing everything for not only exactly what it is, but for exactly what it was, for exactly what it will be, and for exactly every outcome that has happened before and that can happen after, and just allowing it to be what it is. When you finally understand that and get it and actually have experienced it, you do it every time you die, but most people never, no one ever gets this. Like, I'm the first one to have done it, and that's why I unlocked the key that I can show to everybody throughout time, because time doesn't exist, and I actually went and did something that no one else has ever done. Now, there's tons of people talking about quantum physics and all this kind of stuff, which is fine. And they're great too, because we're all this one being doing it at the same time, out of time, but in time. So the thing that I want to say is it's not like I'm even like, I'm here to, because I told you so. It's like I'm not trying to say you should be like me because you are exactly me. You're just coming from a different spot at the same time. So what I'm saying is true, and you hear it and you get it, but you still think you're somebody else doing something you're supposed to do. So the thing that I want to say is that there is no room for I told you so when there is no you for this I to have told anybody. No body will ever hear this. The non-physical, non-time kind of hear. No physical thing will ever hear or feel what I'm saying until they die. But now I'm in a physical body doing it. It's like if Mario walked out of your TV right as you were playing it, or the TV show came right out of your TV as a human being that bled and could flip its channel right in front of you outside of the TV screen, but stay inside the same body and not change faces. Now picture it as if it could change faces and characters, and it is doing that. But its body has to keep its own little, like, fragmented circuit in the world view here. So Dan is always here, just on conscious autopilot when he needs to get some kind of answer from a different place. But there's infinite beings or infinite other voices that are actually living, that aren't just imagination and aren't just thinking. They're voices of truth from who we are, from what it is, from I, that is all. And it's the only thing I hear anymore. I see everything the way it is, I hear it the way it is, but I don't spoil anybody's fun by saying, you don't like this or you don't want to do that. Tell them the truth. You know you could win this game. Why are you lying? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I can tell that you're trying to bluff, or I know that you're trying to cheat somebody, or I know that this is whatever. But at this point, I can't use that against somebody because I have no personal goal, no preference. I am just the truth. So I can't lessen myself to try to advertise myself. I can't lessen myself or thyself or I self to try to reach out and say, hey, everybody, look at me, in that kind of way. I just say, hey, I'm right here with my hand out for you guys because I love you, but I'm not going to go do something stupid and dress up and put on a fake act. The thing is, everybody is living their act, and I don't have any act anymore. I only play characters, and I'm honest about it. It's just, it's too weird to be coming from such a deep place that I'm saying it from, but having people in the world who think that what matters is what matters and that they can do whatever they want will never hear until they really listen from a place of wanting to be conscious, not just living in the world chasing after the standard idea of what we're supposed to do, because Once they see it, it's like a flip of a switch and been like, oh my God, I never had to do any of that stuff, and I never will ever have to do it again unless I choose to act like it matters. And that's what happens. And you're like, oh my God. So these people are in charge of me completely. That's just one level. That's so low of a level that, of course, everyone can see that, but they still do it anyway. But it's on such a level where you're never going to have a life that you're living on your own terms until you see it for what it really is. Now, I have a lot more to say about everything, but I'm trying to find the perfect words to say it so that people understand it. But the words are already there, and the words are all coming. It's like I've seen it in a not 32 times or 64 times fast forward or, backwards or rewind or anything. It was like one all-time billion times X, and it was just into me. Bam. All of it. And all I have to do is close my eyes and see any of it. Anywhere I want to go. And I just have to focus on it really, really, really hard if I want to get really deep into it. Other times I can just close my eyes and let my feelings take me where they go. And it's the most beautiful thing. All the time, of every day. And I just have to be like, all right, now go out and be Dan for a few minutes so you can say hey to your mom and dad, Kathy and Ed and your brother Brian, because they're not going to want to hear all the stuff you say. And when you say it, they're going to be like, wow, that's cool. I never knew that before. Wow, that's cool. I never realized that. Wow, that's cool. That's interesting. Wow, that's neat. It's sort of cool. You never know what's going to happen. And I'm like, the weird thing is I'm telling you right now that I always know what's happening. Before, after, but I don't really point it out because what's the fun of that? Nobody wants to hear that. So I just let things be what they are and act like I couldn't control it. But I just keep my mouth closed and play the son or the brother. Well, why? What else would I do? Be like, come with me, I'll show you how to be healthy. Come with me. Like, you're not even in the idea mind frame of doing something different than the same routine of walking around in your house, sitting down on your couch, looking for something to do inside, when there's a whole big world out there of living things that need our help, or need our assistance, or need our guidance, or need my wisdom. Instead, everybody does their own little circle of routine where they go to work at a silly job. I mean, and it's literally, when I say it like that, I want them to understand that that's like their character they're playing. And it's been established for them. Not on purpose, by people that meant to do it on purpose. They were just playing their character and playing it well. And playing the sinister really well. Look at the words. I'll show you anything you want to know. And it's not me, like I said. There is no, haha, I told you so, because I knew it all along. It's just that now that it's in time, people have to catch up, and I can't be in the same sentence all the time. So when people go, I thought you knew that already. I'm like, I did, but I wasn't thinking about it. So it passed my mind, just like what I did last Tuesday, or last millennium, or last anything. Nothing really matters in the non-physical sense. So people are just too hooked on, oh, but you were supposed to know this, or oh, you were supposed to do that. And no, you weren't. No, I wasn't. Nobody does anything that of importance unless it's helping others heal and go on their spiritual journey. And your spiritual journey does not have to involve harming others. It doesn't. It's going to happen nevertheless to a physical world life. But once we start straightening it out, we'll be able to handle bigger problems than we ever thought we had. And we'll also be able to have the best things that we never thought we could. So, that's all I'm going to say for now. Peace.